Hey, what's up, guys and gals? Wow, hopefully you guys are doing amazing. My throat is like messed up today. It's not as great. Look at this, the light. How's the shadow? Is the shadow bad? Can I do something? Is that too dark? Is that too dark? Hopefully you guys and gals are doing amazing. You may think, what is Ricknineg doing here on this crazy Monday night? Well, as you have seen, I have not made a lot of weekend um, what do you call it, live streams. And that's just because my weekends have changed, work schedules. I'm doing different things on the weekends, obviously off camera. And so I thought to myself, let's see if maybe people will get here at this time of night. Now I know a lot of my viewers are from the East Coast. And so obviously that's 3 hours ahead. So some of you may be in bed right now. So I don't know. I would really love in the comments below if this time works for you. Now I know a lot of people like to watch it live. Some people watch it after the fact. But if you're up at this late hour, here it's not that late. It's almost 8 o'clock. But over there it could be right like 11. And so just let me know, guys and gals. Let me know what you think, and tell me about the time. Tell me about the hour. Okay. So today we're gonna do a couple things. First, I just want to say welcome to the channel. If you are new, thank you all for stopping by. And we're going to take a look at 2 episodes. Fred and Ethel fight. That'll be the first one. And the second one is the Moustache. Let me grab my little book here, which gives me all the information of the episodes. Hopefully, I want to see some new people here. That'd be so great because I've always usually do these live streams on Sunday. And so Monday nights, who knows? Maybe there's people, maybe you've had a really bad Monday. And so this is the best time to do a live stream to perk up your day. Hopefully we can talk about some fun things. Hilarious episode. Fred and Ethel fight. Let's get into that. And I'll tell you how I am, how my throat's like really weird and sore, how I'm drinking like emergency stuff. Okay. So let's do this. Fred and Ethel fight. This is a March 10th, 1952 release, episode 22. Filmed on Wednesday, January 30th, 1952. So this was filmed 2 months before it actually aired. Rating share now, watch this. 59.5 out of 61. Let me say that again, okay? This is nothing to just scoff at. This is 59.5. We can round that up to 60, okay? That's out of 61. This is basically every single TV being tuned in to this episode, which is insane. And I could tell you that this is the most watched I Love Lucy episode up to this point, counting all 22 episodes, because 59.5, we don't have anything that reaches 58. New Neighbors reaches 58, but everything other than that, we have a 57.4. But I'm just kind of looking back here before I get to your comments, which I can see people posting comments. I can't really see exactly what they are right now because I'm looking down, but I'll get to them in 1 second. I just want to get this to look at. Yeah, it's the most popular one so far. We'll see. It is the King. Fred and Ethel fight. Supporting cast is credited here as Soda Jerk, Jerk, Hazel Pierce. I don't know why it calls her Soda Jerk. I don't know if that's like a term or not. And yeah, we'll just start it. So wow, a lot of people too late for the East Coast, me in bed watching TV. Well, you are watching, Leanne, so that's awesome. Nice to see all you guys. Hello, Jordan and William. And I know, Charles, a nice surprise, right? Nice surprise that you guys pop in, because I'm like, I was like, is anyone even gonna pop into this? I was like, everyone's asleep. Hello, Amanda. Nice to see you. 8 o'clock. Thanks for tuning in. Awesome. New people, I don't qualify. You're old, Rick. Well, you're old. I'm old as well. You're one of my first subscribers. You are a pioneer. Absolutely. You can take one of that. You are officially a Ricknineg IW, Charles Moran, a Ricknineg official pioneer on the channel. One of the first subscribers. It is 7:55. Nice to see you, new people. Kathy, nice. Oh, love these. So many new names. Hey, Heather, nice to see you. Alani. Hey, hello. Why did I say hello? I'm like, hello. Have you seen the Moshe? Let me just start actually with the episode here before I get back to the comments. So Fred and Ethel fight will start up while that's going up. Have I seen the Moshe episode called I Love Moshe where they did spoof? You know, this is a great point, and that's at a lot of shows. like your example, Alani, a great point has to do with Moesha and how they like spoof, or I would say they pay tribute to I Love Lucy. Can you think of shows that did that? I know In Living Color did that. Can anyone put any shows in the comments? I would love to see that as well. Awesome. Okay, so let me see here. Thank you, guys. Thank you for the awesome compliments. Hello, Ryan. Nice to see you. Lisa Marie. Awesome. Lisa, I have seen you in the comments before, so thank you for stopping by. This is exciting because I am seeing a new group of people, but I'm also seeing subscribers that I've seen. So this is great. I love this. I may start doing Mondays. What do you guys think? Like Monday evenings at this time? Like I could totally get on maybe even a little like earlier, but I mean around this time. I don't want to set a schedule, but it could be something where I can start scheduling. I'm very, very excited about that. Sergey, how are you? Nice to see you. First time I think I see you on the live stream. That is awesome. Chastity. Hey, not too late for me after I was going to watch I Love Lucy myself. Oh, perfect. So now we see Ricky coming in the apartment, of course, and Lucy setting up a nice, beautiful table with flowers. Fortunately, the Mertzes are not speaking to each other, but she invited them both in the hopes that they will get back together and fix things. You have Lucy on now. Leanne, what episode are you watching? Well, thank you, Shug. nice profile there. You're a bit sad today, William. Well, I always tell people this, we have so many things, and I don't want to bring up the reason exactly why I said, but let's do this. Let's put it aside. Everything. Today was Monday. Maybe you got through Monday. You guys are here. You are present. I'm here and present. What happened today, whether good or bad, not that it doesn't matter, but if it's something bad, just cast it out. We're going to be talking about some I Love Lucy, talking about some good stuff. Put stuff in the comments. Thumbs up this video. We're here to have a good time, talk about awesome and positive things so you guys can all feel happy and excited and ready to start the new week. Arthur, random question. It's my favorite dance. So just curious, if you remember, when was the last time you did the dance, the bump? Okay. I don't know what that means. Monday is great at this time. So Derek, so you're available at this time. That is awesome. Well, thank you, Sergey. I am honored that you love my channel. What are some videos that you enjoy? What have you liked? Because I always like to kind of put, a person to a profile and see what they like and see what hopefully to make in the future that people enjoy. Now, what is great with the season 1 episodes, and I can tell you that it's one of my favorite things to watch, is the chemistry between Ricky and Lucy. That's something that is just, you can't fake that. And that's obviously they were husband and wife. But in season 1, and I know I've heard some people say they like season 1, but I've heard other people say that it's not their favorite. I really do like season 1, and that's because we do get a lot of like lovey-dovey Ricky and Lucy plots, and I think they work really strongly together. And going to season 6, I think was the weakest season because of that they were together, but they weren't together. There was that chemistry was just very different. They did have marital issues in first couple seasons, but it was not as bad as afterwards. And so I don't want to get into that, but just telling you, just the vibe that the Arnazes gave on the show is awesome. So I'm really enjoying that. Sorry to hear that, William. My condolences, and we'll all send up our just good thoughts, good vibes to you, and we're here to lift you up and to have you, just focus on a great subject, a great topic today, someone you all know and love, some awesome individuals you know and love, the Mertzes, the Ricardos, and don't they just perk us up? Doesn't the show just make everyone happy watching it? Makes you giggle, makes you laugh, calms your nerves. Even if you watch it a million times, right? This show is just so unique, right? So, Leanne, you like season 1 and 2? Yeah, some favorite seasons here. I would love to see that. You've been watching for a month now, Amanda. Nice to see you. I haven't seen you in the stream. Whoa. Unfocus. Now I want you to focus, camera. I'm sorry about that. What is going on? Something probably went on the lens there. There we go. Yeah, something was probably on the lens and it threw it out of focus. You've been watching for a month now and you love these videos. Well, thank you. You've been wondering what prompted you to start making these videos. Great question. And those are some great questions to start or to ask on the channel. That's awesome. You're very thankful. Well, I'm thankful for you for supporting me and giving thumbs up. Thank you so much, Amanda. The reason is I just love the show. I love the show so much. I started watching it when I was 3 years old, and I got into it. I watched episodes over and over, and my family would be like, "You're ready to watch this?" I was like, "I don't care. It's funny, and I want to keep watching it." Kind of got addicted to the show. I wanted to find out more about the ins and outs. I found out about their marital issues. That kind of turned me off to the show for a while. And I stopped watching it around high school, and I kind of went through like a period where I was just like Lucy-less. And then I was just like, I started watching it again. And I got to the point where I was like, who cares? Like the marital issues, in the sense of like, I just enjoy the show. It brings me joy. So let me just watch it. And a lot of you guys, I think, feel the same. Like we all know the realities, but just like the magic that the show is, it's something that can't be put aside. It's kind of like Disneyland. If you've ever been to Disneyland, I know some of you aren't from Southern California, but when you go there, it's like nothing else in the world matters. You're in this fantasy land that you know is not real, but you allow yourself to go into it. You allow yourself to feel happy. And, it's like, well, there's a person in a costume. Well, no, that's actually Donald Duck. And so you allow yourself to get into that, as well as that's Bill Frawley talking. It's not Fred Mertz, but no, you are telling yourself this is Fred Mertz. And so I don't know, just makes it good. What a surprise, Will. And it's a surprise to see you on here and every single one of you on here. So awesome. Thank you so much. It's great to see all you guys on here. Heather. So Heather says we share this common bond of the show. So that is awesome. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Well, lifting others up is something I feel like I was called to do, and that may sound cheesy, but it's true, because I had a rough last couple years. Like last year was fairly good, but like before that, like the last roughly 5 years have been rough for me. And I was just so down in my life, and I was looking, and I was like, but everything was so positive and nice like before that. And I was like, was it possible that things get better? And I was like, of course. And things obviously have gotten better the last couple of years, like after that not so great period. And then I was like, well, then I hope that there aren't people like this that are in bad situations now. And I found out there was a lot of people, and I was like, well, let me just help out. I was there and I got out of it. And so let me help people that have been there, no matter what it is. There's always a solution to every problem. Sounds cheesy, but it's true. It's cliche for a reason, right? So yeah, long story. I was going to say long story made short, maybe short story made long. That's what I just did. Oh, and there he is, Bill Frawley and Vivian Vance. Amazing chemistry. Their non-chemistry make good chemistry. That's what I say. Of course I answered your question. I try to answer as many questions that, of course, are appropriate. Are there other classic shows you like? Great question, Joseph. I'm so glad you asked. I have tons of shows over here, like DVDs and stuff. I'm starting to get into Taxi, if you guys know. Show from the 70s. Christopher Lloyd, Danny DeVito. I'm trying to just name like the big stars, and it's just a great show. I think it's really funny. The Flintstones, a cartoon. The Munsters, I've watched a lot of that. The Marx Brothers, I love the Three Stooges. I have a whole Three Stooges section where I dissect episodes and so forth. I Dream of Jeannie, I really like. Star Trek, I'm a big, The Next Generation and Deep Space Nine fan. Of course, I Love Lucy. Family Matters, Hogan's Heroes. What else? Home Improvement. I love Home Improvement so much. Seinfeld is a big show of mine. Gilligan's Island. How did I not mention Gilligan's Island? So yeah, I love a lot of shows. I love Get Smart as well. I don't have that on DVD, but probably will in the future. Three's Company. Lots of stuff. So I just threw out a bunch of names there that hopefully some of you know or some of you enjoy. Let's see. You just started a YouTube channel. Any advice you can share? Sergey, great question. And I'm always there to like support people wanting to get into YouTube or just whatever they like to do. The biggest thing I would say is, number one, advice. Find a niche. Find something that you are very interested in, that you like to do. That's how I grew, because again, when I did my first I Love Lucy video, there were no I Love Lucy videos. There were a couple, who just had like clips from the show, but nothing where it like dissected it or looked at it or just like commented on it. And I was like, well, no one's going to want to watch this because there's no one there. There's no market for it. So I just posted a video, boom, it just shot up. And so like gaming videos, I do gaming videos, but because I like it, I don't expect a lot of those to shoot up because everyone's doing it, right? What I like with Lucy is like, I was the first one to do it. Doesn't mean I'm the best or the worst. It's just chronologically, that's what happened. And so that set me apart. But it could be a show, but it could be something that you like. Maybe you like sewing. Maybe you like positivity. Maybe you like reading certain books. Maybe like old classic books that you're like, no one's going to want to care about this. Put it on. There will be an audience for it. I guarantee you. Maybe you're into lamps, desk lamps. Maybe you're into chairs. Like maybe it's like so niche, but sometimes people love that because it's like I am focused. Most of my channel is like, and popularity is like a one show. I Love Lucy. Like, yeah, it's one of the greatest shows of all time, but it's like, you know, who would have thought that? And I was like, well, Gilligan's Island isn't that popular. And I started doing, that's my second most popular series after the Three Stooges. Like Three Stooges, it's more movies technically. But anyway, yeah, so be yourself, be honest. Like your audience will pick up onto that and will like you because of that. If you start to get wishy, like people can really read through, they won't even notice sometimes, like the ones that don't, but it just won't bode well for you. So yeah, I mean, that's advice that I would give, and keep working, keep uploading. I haven't been uploading as frequently, but I'm still going to keep uploading. So yeah, keep that in mind. Oh, thanks, Scott. I'm glad you liked the night live streams. Awesome. Thumbs up for you, Scott. And for all of you guys for supporting me. Resident Evil Gal, nice to see you. It's been a while. I'm doing amazing. Thank you so much for joining in. The Mertzes are now all happy with each other after they got into that big fight. By the way, I always put the link in the description. Well, it's not a link, but in the description, top portion, I put what episodes we're talking about or discussing, like what I'm watching here, so you guys can play them. Ricardo's and Mertzes having dinner. Fred and Ethel are fighting, and they just made up. And now the Ricardos will start to get into a big argument. This is the one where they pretend to set fire, the boys, to the apartment, and then Lucy's like all casted up, and she's like moving around. It's really great. Great. What's my favorite Seinfeld episode? Ooh, I love a lot of them. I really love The Note. S. Martin. Do you know which one that is? That's the one where George had the massage, and he's like, I think it moved. I'll just say that. That's a great episode. I think it was just classically done. There's a Soup Nazi. There's so many good ones. But yeah, that's the one that just came to mind. Tom Hannock, Outlaw. I am drinking Emergen-C. It's called. It's like a big giant shot of vitamin C. My throat is sore, and so hopefully I don't get sick. I don't know if you notice it in my voice. All right, let me get back to the comments here. Well, even though the vaudeville numbers, the Mertzes, did seem corny, they were charming and entertaining. I think you have a good point there, Will, and it does bridge the gap between vaudeville and TV. Think about that. So it's a great point that you share there. Oh, it's great, Heather, that you are keeping positive. That's most important, and for all of you guys to keep the same way. I've seen the new Pop I Love Lucy figurines. Now, Christine, I think you actually collect those, right? Am I correct in saying that? I haven't. Like I said, I'm not really into them, but I have seen them pop up, and it's kind of cool to see them, you know? You never got Andy Kaufman. You mean understood him? What do you mean got? You just got to watch more of them, and then you'll understand. It's not Kool-Aid. It's definitely not Kool-Aid. This is natural vitamin C. I'm fairly certain it's natural, but it's just a large dose. Like the dose that you should take the day of vitamin C is, I don't think you can overdose in vitamin C, is in this shot basically. And so, yeah, it's supposed to help boost your immune system. It's not proven, but yeah. I love Home Improvement, William. It's a great show. Yeah. Gilligan's Island. I love Gilligan's Island. You like bowling? I like bowling too. Yes. Yeah, she drags a hit ball and like throws them. That's a funny thing. I was like, she throws them out. They're gonna drop and shatter, right? But I guess the illusion is that I don't know, they're just safe, like as long as they're not like in the burning building. It's kind of funny. Yeah, I do have lots of energy. I don't think it's that sugary though. I'm always like this. Check my stuff. Sometimes I'm drinking like water and I'm hyper like this. So yeah, but it's like this is part of the entertainment. Just being at like no one's gonna be like, hey guys, so like let's watch Lucy. Yeah, it's good. It's funny. No, it's like you gotta be in it. You gotta have it. And sometimes I'm not like that amped up as I should be, but it is something that's good to have. Let me tell you. Yes, I am live now. Yes, Todd. I just responded to you, so that means I'm live, or I can somehow wait. Because if I did this before, and then you type it in the future, I can go into the past and notice. But no, it's live. It's easier just to be live and see it than like going into the past and the future. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, his humor, the wrestling. It always seemed like he was trying to entertain himself. Couldn't care less about the audience. Let me just tell you, Arthur, like I could be spoiling it, but let me just tell you this. He was the first actor who kind of blurred the lines between like, okay, when you say cut, like Rock Hudson, Lucille Ball, they were like their own person. But it was said that Andy Kaufman was first when he was like, when it was cut, he was like, there was no difference. It was obviously when he was like in the privacy of his home, I'm guessing he was like normal or just himself. But like when the camera stopped, he still wanted himself to be referred to as his character. And he would leave the set in character. And like his wrestling thing, he would be Andy Kaufman, but Andy Kaufman, like the character, not the human being. And so it was just really interesting. It was just his thing, you know? And so, yeah. If you guys have Instagram, go ahead and follow me on Instagram. If you want to add me or anything like that, or want just message me on there, and I'd be happy to do that. All right, let me see here. Well, thank you, Todd. I appreciate it, and I like that you like all my stuff. Or no, I love all your stuff. Yeah, so I like that you like all my stuff. Wow, I got it correct for the first time. Robert, yeah. Let's see. Rick, only 2 episodes have sort of continuity. Han Conried buys Lucy's old furniture, and the next episode, the old furniture is in the living room. Well, there's a lot more episodes that have continuity. The whole Hollywood episodes have continuity. They're in Hollywood. What else? When they are in their apartment, I mean, yes, there are things that aren't continuous. There's no continuity there for sure. Like I made videos on that. But like the Hollywood stuff, even like, yeah, you can even say like when the boys are growing up. So there were things that weren't and things that were not. But there was always an overarching theme, like the whole Hollywood, like even before when they were in the apartment, when Ricky was doing the whole movie offer and all that. I mean, that was a whole story arc that they had. Well, thank you so much for the compliment. I appreciate that so much. Call for Philip Morris, and that's what's great. There's a note here about that. There's a scene in the drugstore, and this is the drugstore. We have Ricky and Fred coming up with an idea featuring a huge sign advertising Johnny, the call for Philip Morris. So if you don't know, Philip Morris it was, I don't know if it still is, a cigarette company. And of course, they could back then advertise for cigarettes. If you watch TV, if you watch the internet, you see that they don't really advertise for cigarettes. It's not allowed anymore. I believe Philip Morris became Marlboro, and that was like a popular sponsor for like Ferrari and F1, and I used to watch that. But anyway, and so Desilu endeavored to accommodate its sponsor whenever possible. The episode was based on a real-life incident. In 1944, the Ornazes invited 3 couples to their ranch home for dinner. An argument broke out between one of the couples, the wife bursting into tears and locking herself in Lucy and Desi's bedroom. The Ornazes made peace maneuvers, and soon the husband and wife were back in each other's arms. Desi reminisces. He says, once the good deed was accomplished, we all settled down for a pleasant evening again, and Lucy and I began laughingly recalling some of our own former quarrels. Then our laughter died when we began quarreling in real life. Do you know what the upshot of that evening was? The other couples went off happily, but Lucy and I decided to get a divorce. The show was filmed on Wednesday so that Desi and the crew could work on the Armis Brooks pilot, which is filmed by Desilu on Saturday, February 2nd. Lucy's stage manager, Herb Bauer, played a practical joke on Lucille Ball during the dress rehearsal for this episode. For the scene featuring Lucy and her cast, right now she's just appeared in the cast, lying in bed, she replaced the standard reading matter with a very graphic anatomy book. Wow. Opened to a page featuring a male specimen. Lucy took a long look at the page, threw a glance in the direction of Broward, cracking up and laughing. So yeah, a little bit of adult humor there. I'll just leave it at that. We'll just leave it at that because that was very clear, but it wasn't explicit. So I like that. That kind of explained it. You're getting all my notifications, Tom. Hannah, great. I think YouTube is kind of catching up to that. So I post whenever I'm available. I don't have a set schedule because this is my hobby. This isn't my job. And so I do it when I have the time. I used to post daily. I definitely don't do that anymore. But we're working to post as much as possible. I love doing this. So when I get the opportunity, I post. So just keep that in mind. So hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss anything if you're not subscribed. And hit that thumbs up button. It does help out my channel. Why am I talking like this? I have no idea. Let me continue. Is Philip Morris still a thing? It is, like I said, it's Marlboro. And it's like Philip Morris, I don't think they're in cigarettes anymore. Like they do other stuff. It's a name, though, of something. Angela, how are you? I did have a great birthday. Thank you for asking. I went to Universal Studios Hollywood here in Los Angeles, California. It was amazing. It was a perfect day. I went on all the rides. I had fun. I want to vlog it. Would people be interesting than seeing that, like me doing stuff like that? Like, it's funny because a lot of YouTubers start doing that. And it's kind of like, I don't want to oversaturate, but like maybe people want to watch that happen. I don't know. I always like to post things that people want to see, obviously. And if they don't, well, I want to post less of it. So that's why I try to go with the views. Like if people are really liking Lucy videos, I post Lucy content because I like it. I like all the content I post. If I stop posting, it's usually because I don't want to post anymore and just I move on to something else. So great question with that there. So Universal Studios, yeah. I love theme parks. So I got like a 3-day pass, so I can go 2 other days any time of the year. And I'm probably going Disneyland before the end of the year. So I love theme parks. You love when Ricky and Lucy's full name is shown. Yep, so they fight for sure. Herman Schlump. Camera shows Ricky laughter. Do you think Ricky was genuine laughing? I have to see that, Will. Like, you're coming to a great point. If there was something and there was ever a covering of your mouth, usually that's a clear sign that you don't want the camera to see it. Again, I can't remember the exact moment that you're referring to. I'm going to have to look it up. I am a Leo. Absolutely. August 13th. Oh, thank you. I appreciate the belated wishes. One of your favorite Three Stooges episode is No Census, No Feeling. I do an episode on that. You should check, though. I did. If you're William, if you're a big fan, you should take a look. I have about 45 Stooge episodes that I just like get into, so you might enjoy that. Yes, do a vlog. Love your videos. Well, thank you. I'm a Leo. Don't really believe in that stuff though. Like I'm very similar personality-wise to a Leo, but I don't like follow it. Like I don't believe in it, but it's just interesting to know, you know. Oh, awesome, Heather. Your daughter will be attending AMDA in October. AMDA. I'm sorry. What's that stand for? I pray she gets a warm welcome. AMDA. I'm sorry. I'm really bad with like, it's not mnemonics. What is it called? Abbreviations. Well, I'm horrible today with words in English. The English language. My articulation is off point. Oh, Lucy's making sheets and she is going to jump out the window right now. Yeah, Scott, great point. They're only going to be in Hollywood, quote unquote, for a short time. Remember, the episodes are all filmed in a studio very close to Hollywood. So please keep that in mind. They were always in Hollywood, but you mean story-wise, right? So I wanted to just say that because I don't know if some people actually know that. Like some people thought that all of this was like on location or that the Hollywood stuff, they would actually go in like to like the Chinese theater. No, they recreated that all in the studio. And so that's definitely part of the show and what they did. Oh, awesome. American Music Drama Academy of LA. Well, thank you. Nice of you to be watching, Noelita. Okay. Arthur, Desiree Naz is the only person I ever saw whose fake laugh and real laugh are the same, just slight difference in loudness. Yeah. Oh yeah, when he was really laughing, he was really loud all the time. Oh, little kiss with Ricky and Lucy. And then Fred's like, "Hey, Lucy, are you okay?" So she went out the window and then she landed on a, what do you call it? Oh my goodness. It's a thing that is on top of like a business, an awning. There we go. Like those fabric awnings. Yeah. So she was on that. And that's the end of the episode. Let me go with one more episode, guys and gals, and then we'll call it a day. So we have a good 26 and a half minutes to go. That's how long these episodes are, according to Greg Oppenheimer. If you haven't seen that interview, I interviewed, guys and gals, Greg Oppenheimer. He is the son of the creator, Jess Oppenheimer, of the I Love Lucy show. He basically wrote most of this stuff. He was the brains behind the show, and so his son had a big influence in the DVDs and then the show. You should look out for it. I interviewed a special guest a couple months ago, Greg Oppenheimer. Just type it in, Ricknineg. You should get it. Interview. You guys, there's a lot of gems, a lot of information that he shares about the show that many people have never heard of that just came from him. So it was a really important interview. I think a lot more people should watch it, especially all the Lucy fans. Like every Lucy fan should watch that. Awesome. Great question, Will D. They did recreate all of that. Again, that was not the Brown Derby. That was all created on set. From my best educated guess from just studying the show for so long and the way the blueprints are and the way the staging worked, what do you call it? The area, okay, so where the club is, because if you know the whole area, the club is the biggest set piece. It's all the way on the right of the entire stage of the show. That's the area that they use for the Brown Derby. Just how everything is set up, the entrances, the exit, it's pretty much a giveaway. The smallest is of course the bedroom, and then sometimes they even had Little Ricky's room, which it was just like attached, very small. So that it wasn't even really counting. American Music Drama Academy, where I wish her well. And I think she'll do amazingly. If she got in, definitely, then she should do great. You lived in the Mojave Desert, like in the middle of the desert, like in the sand, like under the stars. That'd be awesome. With all the animals, just make sure you bring like a stick or something. Yes. Do you know what happened to the members of the Desi Arnaz band members? People have been asking me. I don't know if it's just you, S. Martin, but no, I think a lot of people have been asking me, and they're mostly all deceased. I think there's only one who's alive. I think Tony, the trumpetist, either passed away or still alive. I know that's a big difference, but he was just on recently. Either they were saying like he's still alive, he's like one of the last, or you guys will probably know. I forgot his last name. His first name was Tony. He's the guy who does the trumpet in the back of the orchestra. But Marco Rizzo lived for a long time. He's the pianist, and yeah, there is a lot of orchestra members who are still working, obviously. From the I Love Lucy, the actual show, like stage crew, there was over 100 people that worked on the show at any given time. Everyone from set designers to writers and so forth. Most of them have been passed away. There's very few, less than 5, I would say. And one of them, of course, the twins who all played Little Ricky, the Mayer twins. And then we also have, who else? Richard Keith and so forth. But yeah. You just watched season 5 episode where Ricky and Fred muster up potato sack dresses and pass them off as designer dresses. Yes, that's a great one. Lucy ended up with the real one. Bit was so funny when the designers... Yeah, the greatest thing was when the girls didn't know they had those ugly dresses, and then they were just strutting their stuff, and they were just like, yeah, I look great. And then in the end, they were just wearing like horrible... It was great. Did Wilbur Hatch ever actually appear on the show? He was referred to a few times, but I don't believe so. Now, there is a man who played the piano, who I used to think was Wilbur Hatch, but wasn't. And so I don't think he has. I'm going to have to look into that, because I think I found like 2 pictures of Wilbur Hatch, and I've never noticed him. Doesn't mean he wasn't on camera, so I can't really say one way or another until I know. Now, this episode, The Moustache, I haven't gone over the stats for it, so let me do that. Where's my book? The Moustache is one of my favorites from season 1, to be honest with you. I think it's really well done, really well written. I love shows that have some type of like item attached to it, like The Moustache. It's about a mustache, or I don't know, The Freezer. You know, it's like about an object or thing. The Moustache, that is a March 17th, 1952 episode. Now, this dropped a little bit in rating, and a lot more people were watching TV. Not necessarily all were tuned in, but this did pretty good ratings as well. So this is a March 17th, 1952 release, episode 23, filmed on Friday, February 8th, 1952. Again, Fred and Ethel fight have the best ratings for this. We have Mr. Murdoch, played by John Brown. And music, I'll See You in Cuba, Cuba. I actually like that song. Rating share, 58.6 out of 81. Now, the other one was 59.5 out of 61. Now, although that was closer to the 61, it just means that the week of 310 when it aired, there was more people watching. There was less people watching that on 317. It's just what it is. So Ricky shows Murdoch, that's the guy he's trying to impress, his scrapbook, which features clippings from Too Many Girls and his Copacabana dates. This is the first instance of Vivian Vance and Bill Frawley doing a song and dance act on the show. Very cool. John Brown, who played Mr. Murdoch, was the second actor to play Harry Morton on George Burns and Gracie Allen show. A lot of you are big fans of that. So that is really cool. But also you can note that Ricky's talking about Too Many Girls. That was an actual movie that he did, and I believe Lucy was in it as well. And so it's funny that he refers to it like in a scrapbook. Like that was Desi Arnaz's rap sheet, but it was also Lucy's. So I think that was really cool. All right. Let me see. Valley Fever. You're a Valley girl. That's awesome. The chat before we mentioned comparable shows like I Love Lucy, we forgot to mention the great Beverly Hillbillies. Now, Beverly Hillbillies is a show I used to watch. I never got super into it. Same thing with the Andy Griffith Show. I know a lot of people are fans of the Andy Griffith Show. Of course, another Desilu produced show, filmed right on Desilu Culver, right in the back. And then the sound stages, I think, was Desilu Cahuenga, where they did the interior scenes. It was really cool because they would do the interior scenes 10 miles away from when they would do the exterior scene. So they'd film all the exterior first, all the interior, and then they would just edit it, and it would look like it was a continuous, like, 20-minute episode. But a lot of work went into these weekly episodes, let me tell you. Writing and all this good stuff. You believe Lucy and Ricky loved each other. That is awesome. Bye for now to watch Lucy. Well, thank you, Chastity, for being on and coming on the live stream. Yep, Todd, you're correct. That's the movie they worked on and fell in love. Okay, so that's what I was talking about. I don't know why I was thinking about something else or another movie, but you're right. Too Many Girls, right? That's why they mentioned it. Like, it makes sense for the I Love Lucy show, right? Oh, Valley Fever. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know that. I thought you meant like, you know, like City Fever or something like that. Oh, no, not good. Am I Ricky's grandson? No, I have to admit. Do I really look like Desi Arnaz? I guess that's it's a compliment, right? But yeah, I have no blood relation to anyone on the show at all. From what I know, I don't think I do. Don't believe so. 99% I don't. Or maybe I am. Who knows? Heather, great question. So did I talk to anyone to learn all this information? I researched 99% of it. Books, media, interviews, videos. Well, not really videos. I don't watch other people's videos to get information. I don't do that. That doesn't make any sense. I go to primary sources mostly. Like, that's what I did in college, and that's research. And you research very reliable sources, and I go from there. That's why. I've seen some of my videos, like, even like pirated, which is kind of funny. I guess it's an honor. There's this other YouTube type platform, and it's like, you can post anything on there. There's no restrictions. And they literally crop out my, hey, what's up, guys and gals? My name is Ricknineg. And then they just start with, today we're going to be talking about, and it's like, that's me. That's my voice. It's my exact video. I just clipped. That's like, okay, YouTube won't allow that because obviously it's copyrighted. And so, yes. Oh, my throat, guys and gals. It's starting to hurt more, I guess, because it's becoming like the evening. So I'm sorry. I'm not like 100%, but I'm trying to be as much as I can. Like, even the way I'm speaking, I can feel is weird, but pushing through. Super Cyan, awesome. Nice to see you on here. Super Cyan is a lot of you are great supporters, but let me tell you, Super Cyan is super, super encouraging, leaves a comment all the time, always positive. Seriously, you're a great example, one of the great examples of a great subscriber. And I appreciate you. I appreciate all of you, obviously. But I got to give a shout out to you, Super Saiyan, for just your constant dedication in supporting everything that I do. So thank you. And I do like to give shout outs for people that do that. So I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I am done. Oh, I need some honey or something to just like coat my throat. I would love to take some tea, but if I had some tea, that would be bad because then I'd stay up all night and I'd be like, hey guys and gals, what's up? This is Ricknineg. Yeah, I don't want that. Now, this is great because now Lucy has this weird, like Santa Claus almost looking white beard. And what's great is that she's talking to Fred Mertz right now, and Fred is in like a little corner of his apartment. You can only see that corner. And Fred's face, he went so bad. So, because Lucy had this beard and she wanted to like give Ricky a hard time. So they tried to put on with spirit gum, but instead it was like cement, like almost like rubber cement, like something that would not come off. And then she read it to Fred and it was like cement. And he went, cement. His face, his reactions are just golden. Bill Frawley was just amazing. And he's so underrated. He's so underrated. I will always say that. He could have had his own show. He really could have. How many Christmas episodes of I Love Lucy are there? Well, that's great. There is really like one that I could really allude to, and that's the Christmas show. Didn't really air, I think, continuously with the other reruns. It only was aired like recently. You can get on VCR, you can get on DVD. But yeah, it wasn't really showed much because it was mostly like reruns. And there was a couple Christmas scenes that were at the end of the episodes. But if you notice, I Love Lucy doesn't have a lot of that stuff where it's like a Valentine's Day episode or like a Father's Day month. That wasn't really a thing at that time. Then now shows start to do that. Like, like Home Improvement has like a yearly Christmas episode, had a yearly Christmas, yearly Halloween. Like Halloween, they were really big on Halloween. And so that's something that developed over time. And so I Love Lucy didn't really get into that, but it's a great question. It's an urban legend, Arthur, but it feels so good when when it goes down your throat, it just like coats it. I heard bananas are good too. I don't know. All these little, like you said, urban legends, right? So is today a good day for you? Some of you have tuned in and told me that like this time on a Monday is great for you because weekends are just, like I said, in case for those who haven't tuned in before, a little bit tough. I'm not really able to really post anymore on the weekends in terms of like live stream. I can post on Saturdays usually, but just not like live on the weekend. But Monday is definitely a possibility, Monday night. And so, yes. Did they do a quasi Thanksgiving episode? Which one are you thinking of? Let me know. And then we can definitely discuss that. Yeah, so if you guys, any big fans of Home Improvement, look at my hands. They just look weird on camera. So Super Saiyan's talking about Home Improvement and the great episodes of the Halloween. To me, they had some of the best Halloween episodes of any show. They just went all out and super Halloween, and like they played pranks on each other and went all out with the makeup. Like it was really well done in my opinion. I can't think of another show. I think a lot of shows stepped it up because that was 90s, right? And shows before that? No, I don't think so. They do like a little pumpkin here or there, but this was like pretty intense. And so I love that stuff. The Christmas stuff, they were intense as well. You're right, Robert. He also Jess Oppenheimer actually stars. not stars. He appears as a cameo in 3 I Love Lucy episodes, from what I know. 1 for sure, the other, and I think there's a third. We'll just say 2 for sure. Then I believe there is a third. Yes. If you can tell me what the second one is, you'll get 10 brownie points. You know what? The heck with it. 100 brownie points. That's for anyone. Great. So a lot of you seem to have been saying Monday is awesome. So I appreciate that. I appreciate the feedback, guys, for that. When you were a kid, you were going to go to home improvement recording and you couldn't go, Angela? Oh my goodness. I wish I could have gone. No, none of any like good shows. No, I was on The Price is Right. I didn't get called up, but I was at the taping of a live, it was live, but then it aired a month after The Price is Right. Yeah. Yes. That was a few years ago, back in 2011, 12, something like that. Just watch Ricky's screen test episode and notice in one shot, Lucy's kitchen is in the background. Yeah, so S. Martin, you should take a look at my Lucy blooper episodes because I do mention that and a lot of other bloopers like that. So I think you would really like them. Those are my most popular videos ever. Do you believe, Heather, that the studio is actually haunted? Just a random question. I hope you're thoughtful as well. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Y'all have a great week. Thanks for coming in. I don't know if I believe it's haunted. I've heard that Lucy's ghost haunts her house, and that's by like some people who actually lived there and moved. And so doesn't mean that I believe or don't believe, but I'll tell you that it's definitely on record for people saying that. So yes, let me see. Mondays are good. Oh my gosh. You know what, Super Saiyan? I appreciate that. I did gargle with warm water and, well, not peroxide. That's a good point. With salt. I did with peroxide and salt. I'm going to have to do it before I go to bed. Yes, because I need to save my throat because I'm going to be like, hey, what's up, guys and gals? My name is Ricknineg. And then that's not going to help at all, obviously. But thank you for that. You guys are awesome. You guys are very generous and helpful. I'm going to try with peroxide. So I'm guessing like a little bit of peroxide, right? No. Wait, you did go a school trip for your theater class. Wait, so you actually saw a taping? Because sorry, I misread you then. Hold on, let me go back. Let me go back. When I was a kid, I got to go to home improvement recording. Have you ever, what episode was it? Let me know. I want to know, Angela. You're a celebrity now in my eyes. Wait. Hold on. Why am I fast forwarding on Lucy episode? There we go. I did like a scroll thing and it scrolled through the episode. It's like, why don't do that? Okay. Bloopers are awesome. They are awesome. That's funny. I will let you know that if I keep doing these Mondays and they work out, I may even like schedule it at this time. Like, I'm just saying, I'm just throwing the idea out there. I don't want people to start saying Ricknineg is now, scheduling Monday nights. No, not there yet. We're gonna work at it though. I approve it. I appreciate it. Yes, I appreciate it. Very personal. Well, thank you. If I smile, does it help? Well, I appreciate that, Heather. Thank you. I hope the channel, not too much peroxide. You're not supposed to swallow it either. It's not good for you. What do you call it? Public service announcement? Yeah. Oh, you're funny, Brandis. Lucy's ghost has some splaining to do. Lucy, you've got some splaining to do. Oh, that's true, Scott. Monday nights at 8. How did I not make that connection? That's when Lucy's time slot was. Oh, so genius. Well, you came up with it. You're so genius. But I mean, like that connection. That's really good right now. You are sharp. If you're on the West Coast at 8 p.m. on a Monday, you are sharp on a Monday. Awesome. The antiseptic properties in the peroxide. Usually it's a tablespoon mixed with a cup of warm water, unless you're mistaken. Yes, gargle and don't swallow. Like I said, you spit it out. S. Martin, great question. Why didn't no one notice these bloopers while filming I Love Lucy? Fantastic question. Probably one of the greatest questions due to the bloopers. And it's very simple. They did notice the bloopers. If the bloopers weren't big enough, they did not stop because the whole idea of having a show with a live feel to it, like a theater play filmed from beginning to end, was something that they really wanted to hone home. And unless there was like a drastic mistake where I don't know, if they were carrying something and it broke and it shattered and wasn't part, well, yeah, they'd stop it there, right? or if like maybe someone got sick or got injured, right? Something fairly extreme. They did stop it. I did a whole episode on this on Desi retakes, and that's because it's English. Sometimes he said things that sounded like a no-no. Like he said, instead of stalling, like quit stalling, he says Stalin, and it sounded like Joseph Stalin, and that was the 50s. It's like, no, you don't say that. And so they learned how to stop for that, like as an example. So great point with that for sure. Great question. You just read tonight that Cleo appeared in the scene where Lucy had her surprise party at the club. Is this true? Now, Cleo, who do you mean by Cleo? Because the Mask. Snake in the house, and he came out going to Tim's shirts. Oh, you were at that? That's one of the greatest home improvement episodes ever. The one with the snake coming out of his shirt. It's one of the first like episodes, like first season for sure, 100%. The first 10 episodes, like 8, maybe 5. That is awesome. You were there before the show got big, and like I said, you witnessed one of the great ones, and the bloopers at the end, right? Oh man, you are famous, Angela. That is awesome. I'm getting a little giddy because that's exciting to be able to have gone to home improvement. That is just awesome. No new blooper episodes in the work. I may do a re-upload, and that's because YouTube removed some of those YouTube bloopers. I don't want to get into the whole deal, but yeah, we'll just get into that. I've made a couple more. I made some, and then I made some where like I focus on myself and I show images, but bloopers you kind of have to show the footage, and that's not allowed. So kind of leaves me between a rock and a hard place. Make sure you mention time zone. So yeah, so with the time, I'm talking about between 7 and 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And then you guys can obviously cater to that. You can look that up and then cater it to your time zone. But yes. You watched that episode yesterday with the snake? Awesome. There's so many bloopers. Maybe it was hard to edit. And it was, yeah, like I said, it was, they're not going to just edit a little thing because a lot of these shows now are so synthesized. And what I mean by that, like Lost, you know, that's obviously not shot in front of a live studio audience. That's an older show. But like they had to get everything perfect. Little mistake, nope, cut, start again. Seinfeld in front of a live studio audience, but there was a lot of cutting when they mistake. There was really few bloopers left in, although there are some. And I may have to pick those out and make a video on that for you guys. Thank you. I appreciate that, Super Saiyan. Did you look that up? Because what did I say, like 5 or episode 8, like top 10, something like that? Episode 5, yeah, I knew it was fairly early on. It's a great episode. I love that episode so much. Like I said, like the first 20 episodes of Home Improvement were stellar. Once I started getting to season 6, 7, 8, like I used to watch them, but it wasn't the powerhouse I think that it was the first couple seasons, first 2, 3, 4 seasons, where it was the man's bedroom, man's kitchen, and then there were like the man's gym, and that was like, that is great. You know, man's bedroom was all right. You know, shows run their course, and I know some people they get upset because shows stop, but I think I Love Lucy kind of ran its course too. I think they could have continued maybe one solid season more if they didn't have the fights and so forth. But remember, Jess Oppenheimer left after season 5. He was no longer in 6. Bob Carroll Jr. and Madeline P. Davis kind of left for a good part of 6. They had to get different writers. So it just wasn't the same. And that's the thing. Like when you have something that's great and you try to replicate it, it doesn't really come out. Usually when something's great, it's like you don't notice it. You're in the middle of it. And then in retrospect, you figure out it's great. So that's one of the problems with a lot of the stuff, you know. I haven't kept up with Roseanne, unfortunately. I did know that they did cancel the show. We'll just leave it at that. And but I did not hear about like what's happening about it. The man's bathroom was the best. That was good. And the kitchen, right? Super Saiyan, the man's kitchen. That was an amazing episode where Benny, right, played the cook, and he was like in there and they were pressure washing it. It was amazing. I love that. Yeah, like I said, I think I know a lot about I Love Lucy, Gilligan's Island, and then we get to Home Improvement and Seinfeld. Like, those are my top 4 of knowledge that I have of those shows. Yeah, you didn't know, Angela, the show was so big. You were just like, I'm just being taken to this event by the school, like, not a big deal. And then later we're like, oh my gosh, I was really on the show. Look how white my eyes are getting. Lucille Ball was exactly 42 years older than you, Henry the Horse. Interesting. Just a thought you'd throw it out there. Very interesting. The episode's slowly coming to a close. Guys and gals, we have about 2 minutes left. So if you want to squeeze in a question, if you can please squeeze in a thumbs up, that would be great. Helps out my channel. And subscribe. Hit that notification bell. That is the only way that you will know when a live stream is coming. That just when I come live, it'll pop up for you if you do the notification bell and subscribe to, like, getting the email, getting the text. And that's the best way, because people ask me, Rick, how do you know? How do I know? How do I know if it's not consistent? That's what the bell's for. And I usually post it a few minutes before. Thanks for those 2 likes right there. I do post it right before I go on, like half an hour before. But then again, if you're out of the house and you want to see it on your phone, that's not really that helpful. But that's why I said that's what the bell button's for. Thank you. We're up to 19 likes. Thank you so much, guys and gals. Of course, as people watch this in retrospect, they'll get more. Time for me to go, guys and gals. I got to take my dog out because he's probably doing the pee-pee dance. It's time to go potty. Poopy and potty, as I tell him. And I should do more home improvement videos. I have a few, Angela. I think I have 1. You should. I have 2. Hunt for them. Take a look. I'll maybe have to make more on them. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you. Again, I'm gonna do more Mondays here and there, as many as I can. See if you guys like them. Of course, if I can get available on Sunday, I'll do it. But most likely, we'll work with Monday. See how that works out. We'll go with the flow, guys and gals. Well, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you, Pepe from Mexico, saying hello, and all of you for joining in the live stream. I appreciate it. My nose is that you see. I think like the throat's going to the nose. I'm really gonna fight this. I don't want to get sick. So I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Lisa Marie Sanchez. We'll see you next time. Don't forget to stay positive, guys and gals, and most importantly, be hopeful.